This will be the first video I make on the Hightop HT10. I've had it for like a month and a half, maybe 2 months. It took a whole almost 2 months to get here, a month and a half maybe. I'm obviously not a professional. I don't do construction for a living. I'm just a homeowner and not looking to spend too much money on something I would not make money off of. But the potential's there. Overall, the machine runs good. I understand that it's not supposed to be a John Deere or a Kubota or anything like it, but it's definitely a fraction of the price, and that's really what I was looking for. My property is pretty big and steep, and I've been able to do some cleaning up there, and I'll show you that. I'm not trying to convince anybody to buy one of these things. I'm just trying to give an honest review of my experience with it. Overall, I think it's pretty good. I do have complaints, so I notice some things and I appreciate nice things, so hopefully that goes a long way in reviewing. Some of the stuff right off the rip with this machine that I don't like: rusting. And you guys tell me. I mean, you guys are online, you got people from everywhere. Stuff like this I don't like. Like if you're designing for machinery that's going to be outdoors, you should be selling stuff that doesn't rust as much. There's not a lot of it. The next thing is a lot of these screws were loose. See, like that stuff, you know, what kind of quality screw is that? But again, it works as it should. I like it. It's worth it already, the amount of money I spent on getting it over here. Before taxes, it was around $5,600. After taxes, so after everything and freight and taxes and all this shit, it ended up being closer to $8,000. So kind of steep in taxes and fees and crap. So if there were a way to get it direct, maybe a US dealer, I would probably go that route. It's probably roughly around the same, and they probably get a better discount for buying bulk. Some of this here might be from me leaning on these hills, so I don't know. But I don't like the quality of this. These you've seen on some other videos. It's a bright red. Now this thing is almost light, you know, orange. That's very dirty in here again because I've been using the crap out of it. They say it's a Briggs & Stratton. When I got this machine, these were disconnected, so for all I know, this is a lie, but this is when I got it, I connected it. This key, it rotates. Maybe I hate to see it happen, but yeah, you saw that? Yeah, the whole fucking thing moves. I hate that. Right out of the box, this was not working. Still doesn't fully work. It does work now, but you see how you could just pull it out. If I sit it in there, the fit is wrong. So it squeezes on these tabs and it doesn't allow this to freely switch back and forth. So I have it slightly out. Well, this is the light switch for this is the light here. Right now I have the rake attachment on it. I went ahead and later on bought the quick hitch. It's doing the job. Again, this is me kind of digging up some rocks and moving them over to that side. This cable here is for the accelerator. Let me just zoom out, and this is what I'm talking about. And look at that. Why would you do that? I mean, yeah, maybe all the cable doesn't fit in there. I had a whole issue with the grabber, and I'll make a whole different video on the grabber, but it's a piece of shit. It's completely a piece of shit. That's all I can say about that. Broke off because I made it work. There's a bushing on here that is that they put a pin through, right? So they put a pin through. The bushing is coming out because if I try to take the pin out, it's seized in there. And yeah, we'll put grease on it. That's probably your fault. No, there's no grease fitting in there, and the pin that they put in there, it's a threaded, you know, I don't know what they call it. Then the other problem comes in when you try to get support for this machine. The responses are slow as hell. Don't expect support. That's pretty much what it comes down to. The price that I mentioned before, that $5,600, I got the rake, the bucket with the teeth, the digging bucket, I guess. And then I got a bigger, I don't know, 30-inch bucket or something like that, which I don't know if that's for just grading. Also, again, the grate and the grabber and the narrow bucket, all for that price. And if you guys can help me out, source some of these bushings. I want to replace that bushing on here. Maybe you guys can tell me if that's just something that is a standard product, anywhere else. I know it's in millimeters, or it should be. I just don't know the measurements. There's no real parts list. And then the responses are really slow from those sales guys in China. So, all right, so this is how you start this machine. This is the electrical. This is I guess the choke, but it doesn't really need to warm up. So it just makes it easier, and maybe somebody else knows more than me here, but it makes it easier to start. And then the fucking problem here, the key rotates all the way, right? It's freaking terrible. So, see if I can do it with one hand. You got the accelerator. So some of these videos that you see online, the engine sounds crazy, and it's just that they're doing this. Another thing that annoys me, the rattling up here. I decided not to do it now, but there's a rattling at a certain RPM that gets annoying because it's an accelerator, and it does great at low RPMs. Like low, it's really powerful when you get it up high. Some of the things I noticed, and I'll turn off. Oh, actually, smooths it out a little bit when you shut that off. So. Show you some of the motions here. So you got back and forth is this, that bigger cylinder, side to side. I heard these work like Kubotas. Side to side does the bucket action. And then up and down on this one here is the arm, the outer arm over there, the smaller cylinder, I think, or I don't know. Yeah, the medium size cylinder, the top one there. You can go, this is the whole, so side to side on this one gets the whole cage to rotate. And then this one comes with the swivel boom or whatever the hell. So if you switch this to on or off, you get the arm to just swing over instead of the whole machine. And I did add that, actually that was added on, so that's not standard. I used this bucket to do a lot of this next work I'm going to show you that I did. Again, I'm not a professional, just kind of going with what I wanted to do up in the back of the yard. Check this out. So I cut out of here and dumped it in the front. The slope wasn't a lot, so it wasn't a lot of dirt that I had to move. Here, same deal. Took dirt from the high spot, move it to the front spot, and then use that front blade to kind of smooth that out as much as I could. Still have rocks from because I was using the bucket. I got really good at using the bucket, and I placed these boulders here, or rocks, boulders, whatever you want to call them, to support what I was moving, all the dirt that I was moving. And I did the same thing for the front side here. So I dumped all the rocks there first, and then kept cutting dirt away. This line here was pretty much right up against my trees here that I planted last year. And I got it to push it back, use the machine to push that back, and keep that slope going downward. And it looks pretty good. And I had a big lump here of grass, and I moved that over. And conclude the video, great machine to me. I love it.